Here's something nobody warned you about. You've spent decades eating vegetables because you were told they were healthy. And most of the time, that's true. But if you're over 65, there's a piece of the puzzle that almost nobody talks about, and it could be quietly affecting your legs, your balance, and your ability to stay independent. Some vegetables, the ones sitting right now in millions of senior kitchens across America, have been shown to trigger inflammation in ways that are subtle, slow, and almost impossible to notice until the damage is already done. And here's the unsettling part. There's no sharp pain, no obvious warning, just a gradual weakening, a quiet erosion of the strength and stability you depend on every single day. But this isn't a story without hope, because just as some vegetables work against you, there are 3 that work powerfully in your favor, protecting your legs, sharpening your mind, and supporting the kind of steady, confident movement that makes life feel full rather than fragile. So stay with me, because by the end of this, you're going to look at your plate very differently. Let's start with something that might surprise you. Broccoli. Not exactly glamorous, right? Most people think of it as just a side dish, something to fill space on the plate. But for adults over 65, broccoli is one of the most quietly powerful foods you can eat. And here's why that matters specifically for your legs and your long-term mobility. Broccoli contains a compound called sulforaphane. You probably haven't heard that word tossed around at dinner, but researchers have been paying serious attention to it. Sulforaphane works like a kind of internal cleanup crew. It activates pathways in the body that help clear out harmful substances and dial down chronic inflammation. The slow, silent kind that doesn't hurt right now, but steadily wears down blood vessels, joints, and muscle function over time. For older adults, chronic inflammation isn't just uncomfortable. It's one of the primary forces accelerating the physical decline that leads to balance problems, weakness in the legs, and eventually falls. Falls, by the way, are the leading cause of fatal injury in people over 65. So this isn't small stuff. But sulforaphane doesn't stop at inflammation. Research suggests it also supports circulation in the outer parts of the body, meaning your legs and feet. Better blood flow to those areas means muscles that stay more responsive, nerves that communicate more reliably, and steps that feel steadier. Think about what that actually means in your daily life. It means walking to the mailbox without hesitation. It means getting up from a chair without that moment of uncertainty. It means staying in the game. Broccoli also brings vitamin K, calcium, and a range of antioxidants that help protect bone density, something that becomes increasingly critical after 65, when even a minor fracture can cascade into serious mobility setbacks. Now here's something most people get wrong. They boil broccoli until it's soft and gray and practically flavorless. And in doing so, they strip away a lot of what makes it valuable. Lightly steam it for just a few minutes. Keep it bright green, slightly firm. That texture isn't just more pleasant to eat. It means the sulforaphane is still intact and working for you. A simple cup of steamed broccoli a day. It sounds almost too easy, but for your joints, your circulation, and the legs that carry you through your life, it's one of the most practical decisions you can make right now. Now let's talk about spinach. And I know, maybe you've heard spinach is good for you 100 times, but I want you to hear what it actually does, because the mechanism is genuinely fascinating, and the impact for people over 65 is real and meaningful. Spinach is rich in natural nitrates, not the processed kind you'd find in certain packaged meats. These are plant-based compounds that the body converts into nitric oxide, which helps relax and widen blood vessels. Why does that matter? Because as we age, circulation often slows down. Blood vessels become stiffer. Oxygen and nutrients have a harder time reaching the muscles that need them, particularly the muscles in your legs and feet. The result is weakness, slower reflexes, and sometimes that frustrating mental fog that makes it harder to focus and feel sharp. Spinach directly counters this. By supporting better vessel flexibility and stronger blood flow, it helps muscles in the legs stay more resilient. For older adults, That translates to something priceless: the ability to move freely, to respond quickly, to maintain the kind of independence that doesn't require asking for help with every small task. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Spinach is also packed with lutein and folate, both of which support brain health. Studies have found that older adults who consistently consume more lutein tend to perform better on measures of memory and processing speed compared to those who don't. A sharp mind and a mobile body are deeply connected, and spinach supports both at the same time. There's also the vision angle, which matters more than most people realize for fall prevention. Lutein and zeaxanthin, both found in spinach, help protect the macula of the eye and are associated with a lower risk of age-related macular degeneration, one of the most common causes of vision loss in older adults. And here's the thing about vision loss that doesn't get said enough. It directly increases the risk of falls. When you can't see clearly, you misjudge steps, miss obstacles, lose your spatial confidence. Protecting your vision is protecting your independence. And spinach quietly does that too. One practical note: don't overcook it. Lightly sauté a handful in olive oil, blend it into a morning smoothie, or toss it fresh into a salad. The goal is to make it a consistent part of your routine, not an occasional afterthought. Because the benefits of spinach aren't dramatic and immediate. They build quietly over time, strengthening the systems that keep you moving, thinking, and seeing clearly. And then there's the third vegetable, carrots. Humble, ordinary, easy to find anywhere. And yet for older adults navigating the real challenges of aging, carrots bring something that doesn't get nearly enough attention: support for balance and neuromuscular coordination. Here's what that means in plain terms. Steady, confident walking isn't just about having strong legs. It requires constant, precise communication between your brain and your feet. Your nervous system is sending signals, receiving feedback, making micro adjustments with every single step. As we age, that communication system can become less reliable. Blood vessels serving the nerves become compromised. Signals slow down, and that subtle degradation shows up as balance issues, hesitation when walking, or a general feeling of unsteadiness that's hard to explain. The antioxidants in carrots help protect the nerve cells and small blood vessels involved in that process, supporting more reliable communication between your brain and your body. It's not flashy, but it matters enormously in the real texture of daily life. Carrots are also one of the richest natural sources of beta-carotene, which the body converts into vitamin A. For vision, this is significant. Research suggests that consistent beta-carotene intake is linked with slower progression of age-related macular degeneration. Seeing the world clearly, the faces of people you love, the curb at the end of the driveway, the step that's slightly lower than the others. That clarity is not just quality of life, it's safety. And there's more. The fiber in carrots helps stabilize blood sugar, lower cholesterol, and support healthy digestion. 3 areas that often need more attention after 65. Stable blood sugar in particular matters for nerve function and blood flow to the hands and feet. Poor blood sugar regulation is one of the stealth contributors to the kind of peripheral weakness and circulation problems that make older adults feel less capable than they actually are. The best way to eat carrots is raw or lightly steamed. A couple of carrot sticks as a snack, shredded into a salad, or blended into a smoothie. These are small, easy habits, but over months and years, they add up to real, tangible protection for your senses, your heart, and the legs that take you where you want to go. So here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Aging well isn't about chasing dramatic solutions or finding the one miracle food that changes everything overnight. It's about consistency. It's about paying attention to what you're putting into your body day after day, week after week, and understanding that each meal is actually a decision about your future. Every bite is, in a very real sense, a vote for strength or for struggle. You cannot control every aspect of getting older, But you can control this. You can choose broccoli over something that triggers inflammation. You can add a handful of spinach to your plate and know that you're doing something real for your circulation and your brain. You can reach for carrots and know that you're quietly protecting the nerve pathways and vision that keep you safe and independent. These aren't complicated changes. They don't require a special diet plan or expensive supplements. They require awareness and the willingness to make slightly better choices more often than not. And that willingness, that daily act of caring for the body you live in, is one of the most powerful things you can do for yourself at any age. If this changed the way you think about what's on your plate, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Every week I break down health science like this. Real research, practical takeaways, no fluff, no miracle claims. Just honest information that helps you live stronger and more independently for as long as possible. And share this video with someone you care about, because this is exactly the kind of thing that can make a real difference in someone's life. Thanks for watching all the way to the end. Take good care of yourself, because you've earned it.